Welcome guys. Today, I am going to show you top 5 best military war games to play, part 2. Military war games are bountiful with new games coming out each year, along with some past hits. Still proving to be just as popular. It's not easy picking out just a few video game titles, but there are some games, either coming out that may have a ton of players interested in checking out or some past installments that still have a pretty solid online community. In this list, we're going to suggest a few games to either keep an eye out for this year or titles that you can dive into right now. Let's begin with number 5. In this spot, we have 2 games. Number 1. Sprocket. Sprocket is slightly different in terms of some other games on this list. Players are given a tank to design and put together in this title. Essentially, you have the tools to make tanks designed to your liking. Everything from the hull, armor design, cannon, tracks, engine, exhausts, vents, and more can be tweaked. Fortunately, it's not all about just design, as you can also jump in and compete in different scenarios. In that case, it becomes a tank battle simulator. Right now, this is an early access title, so you can expect some bugs and updates, as the developers introduce new features. Next, number 2. War Thunder. War Thunder is an MMO military game, but rather than taking the role of a soldier on the ground, players are instead battling it against each other through the use of different vehicles. There are all kinds of different vehicles here for players to step into. From tanks, naval warships, to planes, players will find a wide range of diverse vehicles, suitable for all kinds of different situations. It's a game that's also been around since 2013. So not only is it full of content and DLC for players to pick up, but also a pretty active community. Not to mention that this is a free-to-play video game title, so there's no reason not to give this game a chance today, with the free selection of titles players can use. When it comes to the game modes, some modes break up the different types of vehicles players can use. Whether they want a more arcade-like experience or realistic battles, to more historic missions that attempt to provide a bit more of an accurate battle that took place. With all that said, it's worth making mention that there are some other vehicle-specific military war games that you might find some interest in, such as World of Warships and World of Tanks. As the name of the title suggests, these games are specific to the kind of vehicles players will be able to use. Next, number 4. Tannenberg. We don't see too many World War I video games release into the market compared to World War II. But that doesn't mean there are not some video games to pick up and enjoy in 2022 with the Great War backdrop. One of the video game titles to pick up is Tannenberg, a game developed by M2H, who you might know from their other World War I video game title, Verdun. Tannenberg originally launched back in 2019, but it just saw a release on console platforms 2 years ago, 2020. In this game, we're going through the Tannenberg battle that took place in 1914, where Russia and Germany battled against each other in East Prussia. Similar to Verdun, the developers were aiming for a more realistic approach to the game, with the weapons, uniforms, and of course, the environment players would be battling within. With that said, while this game may be the more recent release for M2H, players that are wanting a bit more World War I military war action gameplay should take a look at their previous release, Verdun. Next, number 3. Defcon. Defcon is a game that was developed after some inspiration from the iconic 1980s thriller war games. In this game, players are taking the role of a general, which is hidden somewhere deep underground in a bunker. Here, you're going to be looking at an old computer monitor as you get a look at what's going on around the world. With paranoia settling within the world, players are building up their forces to send out tactical strikes at other continents. This real-time strategy game is all about ensuring that you have enough firepower to make a dent in the opposing force's military power, in which you can slowly take them out with a barrage of attacks to even a nuclear strike. However, if you fail to have enough resources stocked up when you handle an attack, the counterattack may be tough to come back from. With all that said, this game is all about ensuring that you're last standing with fewer civilian casualties. Next, number 2. Call of Duty, Vanguard. This game is about the 4 playable characters, and the campaign are very loosely based on soldiers and sailors that fought in World War II. However, it doesn't portray anything close to the realities of their experience, and even changes some of their nationalities and ranks. It's essentially a comic book version of real events. This is taking place in Germany in 1945 and features rogue SS officers. One brilliantly played by Dominic Monaghan. The nature of a plan named Phoenix should not be too hard to guess, but we still have to fight through around 6 hours of hectic, bullet-riddled missions to get there. Each year we get a brand new Call of Duty installment, and for 2021, we received Call of Duty Vanguard. This game puts players right back into the gritty World War II era. The campaign is a bit short, just like previous iterations for the franchise, but you do get to see different front lines of the war. Most often, players pick these games up for the competitive online multiplayer. You have various game modes to compete in, such as your team deathmatch, domination, search and destroy, and free for all. Likewise, you have the iconic zombies modes to go through, where you're completing objectives and surviving against wave-based Nazi zombies. Finally, number 1. Enlisted. Enlisted is a free MMO FPS that's based around tactical squads. It's set during World War II, and players will be going through some of the big encounters from that war. There are a few different game modes to go through, which are essentially different takes on capturing points around the map and defending them from the opposing force. Fortunately, there are some different settings to battle within, and it's broken down into 4 major fronts. You have Normandy, Berlin, Moscow, and Tunisia. While you can expect some realistic and brutal gunplay, there are different vehicles you can take control of and attempt to use to your advantage. As mentioned, this is a free game, so you can give it a try right now across multiple platforms. You can play this game on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PC, PS5, PS4, and Xbox One for free. Thanks for watching Top 5. Now please smash that like and subscribe button hard. Yeah! Okay, not so hard. LOL! But please like and subscribe for more upcoming awesome games for you to enjoy. And please share this video with your friends. Thank you.